After completing the first project, A Roof Over Your Head, we decided to try to achieve an even greater goal, helping the citizens of Santa Fe in the Tacloban area building a solid school for their children, since we believe that education is the first step away from poverty and unemployment. Many people have done something to help us collect money for the school, but one of the organizations from abroad, the Filipino Association in the Isle of Man, came to stand out in a very special way, and they're now very close to our hearts, not just because of their very generous donation, but especially because they're such nice and lovely people. So why did Hope Project catch their attention?
To start with, I learned to know about the Kofod School, and then it is a very good school in Denmark, and it gives us the idea of a very good school for the very poor people. And then when the typhoon, example, the first typhoon, which was the Washi typhoon, the Isle of Man government kindly helped the Philippines by sending 50,000 pounds donation. And then afterwards, the second typhoon, which is really a very horrible one, the Typhoon Haiyan, they call it Yolanda, that devastated the whole Tacloban. And then we think of the Isle of Man government already gave 100,000 pounds. So we think of the help is already there from the government. But some friends also gave us some money, and we put it into our humanitarian account, which is the Filipino Association in the Isle of Man collected. And then we think of, instead of giving it in cash to other place, we can just help by having a classroom and clinic if possible.
And this one is Claus, Santa Claus.
They already started the project, and then we could see the concrete idea and objective, which Niels Gisli already started in there. And it makes us interested in helping them as well in our own way. So perhaps we can coordinate and work it to each other.
Hello everybody. Hi. I'm really happy to see you. You're always smiling. Yeah.
I think it was quite interesting that you were there almost 100 days after the typhoon took place, and clearly you were committed to doing something through the Hope Project. And we were very anxious that our small amount of money we'd collected specifically for a classroom or a clinic area would be utilised correctly. And we wanted to be sure that this was directed and used to maximum benefit. And this was quite important for us. The FAIM, the Filipino Association Isle of Man, normally gives money to local charities on the island, like Parkinson's Disease Society, Children's Hospice, and other organisations. But we wanted, because of the devastating effect it was on that area of the Philippines, to in fact work with an outside partner directly in the Philippines and do what we could do.
So trust is a big issue here.
Very big issue.
Very big issue.
It's very important that any money is given and the people involved in running organisations are accountable. FAIM is a registered charity on the Isle of Man. We have to account for every penny we collect, and also to our board, which is elected by the public. And there's good news here, because in fact island communities are often very, very good at raising money. And I think, again, the Isle of Man is an island, 7,000 odd islands in the Philippines. So we could identify with the Philippines. There's also well over 1,000 Filipinos working on the Isle of Man, mainly in healthcare, in nursing and finance.
Why should anyone donate anything for a project like this?
The whole business of charity, people often say, but you know, charity begins at home. And charity often does begin at home if there's problems, but charity doesn't end at home.